Please hold. An ISSA representative will be right back.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lori Zarling with ISSA. I'd like to welcome you all to our session today and thank you for giving us your time. Before we actually get started, there's just a couple of housekeeping things that I wanted to cover. The first is if you do have any problems with the internet audio for this session, you can call in on your phone to listen to it. The number, I'm posting the number in the chat area. It is 888-757-2790, and then you'll use the passcode 503709. Again, I'm posting that number in the chat area for you to be able to see and call in if necessary. The second thing is if you do have any questions during today's session, please feel free to post those questions at any time. We'll be covering them at the end of the presentation. In order to post a question, you go to the chat area, click on the private tab, then double click where it says leaders and assistants, type your question and hit enter. Again, we'll be covering those questions at the end of today's presentation, but feel free to submit them at any time. With that, I'd like to introduce our speaker for today. Kimberly Kraft is with Experient, our new partner for our trade show, and she is going to be talking to you today about the new lead retrieval and eventBit options to help you make the trade show the most successful it can be for you. So Kimberly, with that, take it away.
Hello everybody, and again, thank you very much for joining today. And as Lori said, you will be able to ask questions throughout, and I will answer them at the end. And my personal contact information and information from one of my colleagues will also be posted at the end. We are very excited to partner with Issa this year and work with you all. We have a lot to cover regarding lead retrieval and the new eventBit technology that Issa has adopted. They work in conjunction with each other, so I'm going to cover lead retrieval first. Okay, here are a copy of badges. You'll notice the one on the left has 2 QR codes. We recently adopted that all of our badges will be similar to the one on the right with the one QR code. With all of our lead retrieval, all you need to do is hold the lead retrieval about 7 inches away, and it will scan that QR code and take in all the contact information for that lead in real time. Okay, so there are real-time lead services, and we'll go over the options for them. But you'll be looking for the QR code that's on the right-hand side, or you can always type in the registration ID number at the bottom if you prefer to do that. And here you see we have 3 options for lead retrieval. Starting on the left, there is a tablet. It is an Android tablet. It is something that you would pick up at exhibitor services at the show. And it basically runs our swap application, but you can just hold up the tablet and take a photo. It has a built-in QR code reader, and you would take a photo of that QR code, and it would download all of the information regarding that attendee. And at that point, you would have options to take notes. The tablet is good for those people who want to have them. Some people have stands for them and place them in stands. It's also good for people who appreciate a larger keyboard to take notes. So take that into consideration. A lot of exhibitors do a myriad of our products, so you don't have to go with just one type. On the far right is our RT2000. And basically what that is an Android cellular device, but it is housed in a sled. And the cool thing about that is, one, you can hold it in one hand, and you just push a trigger, and it emits a laser and just scans that QR code. And again, you have note capabilities for that as well, and the leads all go up in real time. In the middle is our Swap app. Swap's neat because, one, it's an application you download onto your own personal device or tablet. The great thing about Swap is you can use it anywhere because you always have your phone with you. So if you meet someone on the shuttle bus or in the lounge or in a hotel lobby, you can still use Swap. You can use the other devices off the show floor as well, but a lot of you aren't going to be carrying a tablet in your pocket, so that's where the phone wins. Also, with the Swap app that's in the middle that you download on your device, it comes in handy when you're thinking about booth management and wanting to know who captured what lead, since each representative would log in with their unique IDs to download the Swap. You would know exactly which staff member captured what lead. If you use the other devices, if you wanted to know that information, you would want to do a custom survey that asks that question, and I will address surveys here shortly. This is a view of your portal. I keep telling you you can get them in real time. You will have access to your portal. You have access to your portal now. In the portal, you can place an order. You can also go in, and as you see on the top, you can, there's a survey function there. You can click on that, and that will take you so you can create or view your surveys. It also comes with a standard survey, so you can look at that and see if that survey is adequate to meet your needs. And right here's the lead button, and if you were to press on that, click on that, you would receive the listing of your leads. And each of you, each exhibiting company will have their unique ID and password to be able to log in and view those. This is what your dashboard will look like. As you can see, for this particular company right here in this area, you can see that they used a couple of RT2000s, and they also have some Swap mixed in. Some people, they have international exhibitors coming to work in their booth. They will have them, instead of using their own phones and international data plans, will get an RT2000 or tablet for those, and then some use Swap. Some just use a tablet. Some just use BRT. It's all up to you. But we do have representatives able to help you and narrow down and get you exactly what you need. And then down here, you can see your leads per day. And based on the demographic questions, you have leads by demographic questions. And this is a drop-down menu right here. And you can toggle it and see what percentage of buyers you're getting in your area from what you have captured. And this, again, are the various screens that are available that are broken down by demographic questions. And this comes in very handy when you're trying to review the quality of your leads. Did you get enough decision makers? Things of that nature. And this is what your leads looks like. So when you push on your leads tab, one thing to note is up here on the top right, you will have the option to export into a CSV file or into an Excel file, so you can download it to your own CRM or just put it into a contact file. But you will receive the complete information, full name, company name, email, who captured it. If you use Swap, if you didn't use Swap, you won't know the salesperson who captured it unless you asked it as a survey question. But this is really good information. Plus, what's nice is when you capture a lead, you can verify the attendees' information. So you can double check, make sure their email's correct, that that's the best number, and you can edit it right on the device and save it, which is awesome to do. And here are the surveys I was talking to you about. So this is our standard survey. We ask a follow-up question, purchase authorization, purchase time frame, but you can go in and create your own survey. We find that asking for the sales rep when you're not using SWAP is an important question. Also asking their basic product interest and their time frame is important. You don't want to load up with too many questions because it takes valuable time and can make for an awkward interaction between booth staff and an attendee. But a few questions so you can give more meaningful follow-up later and to help you channel your leads to the segments within your organization for follow-up is a great thing to do. So please consider doing that. It's complimentary. And you can do it self-serve through the portal, or we can also help you with it. And here's just a sample of what it looks like if you were to do your own, and you get to pick if you want multi-answer, single answer, free form. You can also choose if there's an other box. So there's a myriad of ways to do this. You can also create a drop-down list. But again, we can work with you all with that, but a lot of you probably have your own surveys that you already know you want to upload. And on to the best part, eventBit. eventBit is a new technology that Issa has partnered with us on for the show in September, and it is going to give never before seen demographics and traffic analysis, and it is included in all of your lead retrieval regardless of what you get. The only exception to that is if any of you use your own lead retrieval system, you will need to purchase a developer's kit from Experient, and that will give you the API so you can scan leads like everyone else at the show and get the contact information. The information will still go into a portal. You will just have used your own systems. A lot of you do that because you have custom lead applications, so that is a possibility. However, you will not have eventBit information unless you order an eventBit hub. All other options for lead retrieval, the tablet, the RT2000, and the SWAP app, all provide eventBit. So moving right along. eventBit is a technology I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. You hear beacons and Bluetooth and how your own GPS works. A lot of you have probably heard about RFID. What we have done is on the back of every badge, I'll show you a badge real quick. Right there is the eventBit. It's a small, lightweight tile that emits a unique signal, and it's unique to the attendee, and it's anonymous, but it is attached to the back of every badge. Even though there's a QR code on that little eventBit on the back, you do not scan that. You still scan the QR code on the front of the badge. But when you do that, our lead retrieval equipment, whether you're using the lead retrieval here or the eventBit hub that I will cover soon, that is all picking up that eventBit tag, okay, about 80 feet around it in the diameter, it's picking it up. We filter it out in accordance to your booth size, but it picks up that information, so it's going to know how much traffic you're getting, how long people dwelled in your booth. Additionally, if you were to scan them, then not only would you have their full contact information, you would know how long they were in your booth, which is a powerful thing to follow up with. because you definitely want to follow up with somebody who was in your booth for 15 minutes before you follow up with somebody who was in your booth for 1 minute. So this is great. So you will have all of the traffic analysis as an aggregate, and everyone who you scan, you will have their eventBit behavior data in your portal as well. Your leads go in real time. eventBit I call near time or real time-ish. By the time it cycles through, you're probably looking at about 15 minutes or so. So you can't do geolocating in your booth on an instant, but you can definitely look and see traffic and patterns for that. So our equipment here, the eventBit hub, which is here, which you would want to order an eventBit hub if you were using a developer's kit. So you too can have the eventBit behavior data. But if you order any of our lead retrieval, you automatically get the eventBit data. If you choose the swap application on your own device, whether it be a tablet or a cell phone, you need to turn on Bluetooth and location services in order to read those signals. The system will prompt you, but again, you want to make sure it's on, because we wouldn't want to have you go throughout the show and go, I have no data. So make sure you educate your staff, and there'll be reminders and all the documentation. But please remember to turn on Bluetooth and location services if you are using the swap app. And there is the badge we've been speaking about. And moving right along, this right here, you will see this is an example of your eventBit portal. It is housed in the same portal I showed you before. There's just an eventBit tab at the top. But you will see here the largest number is always aisle traffic, and then the subset of that is booth traffic, people who were in or very near your booth, and then the average dwell time for all of the attendees who were in your booth, and then this is how many leads that were scanned. Okay, sometimes the number of leads scanned on this screen could be less than what you see under the regular leads portal. Do not worry if you see that discrepancy. eventBit is programmed to turn on and off in accordance to show hours. So if the show stops at 5, eventBit stops at 5, but you could scan someone at 5:05 or 6 o'clock, so they will still be your leads. You just will not have eventBit data about them after that time, so they won't show up in this count right here. What's neat about this grid is we can filter out. There's filters you can set where you can filter out other exhibitors, so that's nice. And you can also, down here with the charts, you can track by day. You can filter by specific days. You can do all time. You can go into quadrants of 30 minutes and look at the data, and it will all refresh and go through. And here is where the stats get really neat, because it breaks it down again by demographic areas and behaviors, but you can see the dwell times of certain people. So it's neat to be able to look into your data and say, well, how long were key decision makers in my booth, and be able to extrapolate that data. This company here happened to have a couple of hubs, which I will cover, but hubs can be used with the developer's kit, and they can also be used to be placed on individual products and areas to track behaviors in the booth. So not only would you know how long someone stayed, but you would know how long they were in each particular product area if you chose to do a multi-hub deployment. This person did, so you can see information on the additional areas they had. And this is a mock-up of hubs, but you can see them, product 1 over here with the white truck, product 2, the yellow Jeep, and then again, another hub. But we can name these whatever you want, and what happens is we work together. If having additional hubs to track products in your booth is important to you, we would work together with your booth plan and go forth, create a quote, and you would be able to know that not only did someone enter your booth, but what product they were most interested in for follow-up. And this just shows you a rough count of what the most popular products were. And what's neat about the eventBit hubs is we can dial them into any area, and we're really good at hiding them. They don't read through metal, of course, but we do a good job of making them unassuming so you can track your equipment. And again, here is the portal. And now when you look at this person's lead, this person was captured, scanned, and picked up by eventBit. So you have the dwell times, and then you have the times that they were around certain areas, as you can see in this segment right here. So you know exactly what they spent. This screen shows 5 to 10 minutes, but it is actually gives you, 4.7 minutes, 4.2 minutes. So you'll have that available to you. And one of the greatest benefits of having the lead retrieval and eventBit married together is we have booth view. In booth view, if you were to click on the gold bar on your screen when you're holding the device, and it works whether you're using the tablet, swap, or the RT2000, if you were to click on booth view, it would show you the company names of the attendees who were near you. It will not give you the contact's name, but by strength of signal, it will show you who's closest to you. And if you know that you definitely want to be in touch with someone from Palmer, you know to start looking at badges. This information will come and it will change in real time on your phone or on your device. But as soon as that person walks away, that information walks away too. So it is not stored in any fashion. The only way to store company name or any contact information is to scan a lead. And again, this only works with having Bluetooth and location services on if you are using the swap application. On here, this last slide, the all-important slide, is Lindsay Eves is your representative for all of your lead retrieval questions. So as far as what device works for you, needing help placing an order, you would want to contact her. If you have questions about eventBit and multi-hub packages, you would want to contact myself. When you email me, make sure you do L-E-Y at the end of Kimberly. My mother stuck that in there and a lot of people forget it. But I will be available for any eventBit questions whatsoever.
So Kimberly,
we did have, if there's any questions?
We did have a few questions come in. So the first one is, when you were going through and showing all the stats in the portal and setting up survey questions, how will they get to that portal? Is that something that will be in their existing exhibitor area, or is that a special link that they're sent once they order lead retrieval? Just how do they get into that?
Yes, once they order lead retrieval, they will automatically be sent their portal information as well as a receipt. And also on the order form, there's a place where you can log in and place your order online as well through that same portal.
And so you said they'll receive that as soon as they place the order, where as soon as they do that, they would be able to go in and set up those survey questions in advance then?
Correct. And it is good to do it in advance.
Okay,
and get that done and get everyone activated pre-show.
Then a few other questions. Is there any option to have a printer with any of your lead retrieval?
Yes. If you use the RT2000 on the order form and in the portal, you will see an option for a Bluetooth printer, and you can actually set it up and it links to it via Bluetooth, so it's a wireless connection, but it will print out every time you scan a lead for those that want a paper backup.
Okay, great. And then the actual eventBit system, you mentioned the hubs that you can purchase. What are the cost of those hubs?
Great question. The pricing varies. A lot of it is to do with, we've had some exhibitors that have had 80 hubs in their booth. If you can imagine, it was a very large show with very large equipment. To some people that only are tracking an area or two. So what we do is we just set up a brief 15-minute phone call, assess what you want to do, and then I would create a custom quote to make sure it was what you needed.
Okay.
So it varies from exhibitor to exhibitor.
That's where they should just contact you directly at that phone number or email and discuss that with you.
Correct.
Great. And then one last question. How do you get eventBit to work on their own personal phone? How difficult is that, and how big of a process is it?
Not big at all. The only thing you need to do is make sure that Bluetooth and location services are turned on for your device, and you will see eventBit. And if for some reason, if you've turned both of those on, or you think you have and you haven't seen it, if you can see the booth view button, that gold bar I showed you before, it is working, and you will be able to see the data in your portal. Not absolutely everyone has to turn it on, so if you're a company and say you ordered 5 RT2000s and a couple of swap, it's probably less important for the couple of swap people to have it up on their phone because it's going to attach to the others. But you do want to make sure that for the most part you do have Bluetooth and location services turned on to get the eventBit information.
Okay, that is great. That is actually all of the questions that we had come in. Is there any last piece of information that you'd like to share before I sign off?
No, I hope everyone has a great show. We look forward to seeing you, and we're done 2 minutes early. Success.
Perfect. Thank you to everyone for joining us today. We are recording this session, and we'll be making that available up on the website. If you have any colleagues within your company that would like to see it, it will be available. Obviously, also, there's the contact information if you want to contact Kimberly directly and talk more about that. So thank you for your time, and we look forward to seeing you at the show.